This is Bobby, and in this short video, I'm going to reveal a weird little mind game called the Scrambler that flips a switch in a girl's mind and gets her obsessed with sleeping with you. Now, I have to warn you, the Scrambler is like messing with her head on steroids, so if you think playing mind games is unethical or immoral, exit this video. Now, if you're not afraid to use tricks to get a girl into bed, I'll show you how this sneaky little secret can take complete control of her thoughts. And even though this might sound impossible now, once you watch this short presentation and do what it says, you'll feel like you suddenly have a remote control to the bang me center of her mind. You'll finally have that female friend butt naked on your bed confessing how badly she wants you. You'll be surprised when that bartender or waitress you have a secret crush on is slipping her number on the receipt. You'll shock your friends when that hot girl at the party where everyone has their eye on is flirting with you and begging to go back to your place. This mind game will even have that girl who got away knocking on your door at 2 in the morning because she suddenly decides she has to have you inside her. And I personally promise that any girl will fall for the Scrambler, no matter what her opinion of you is now, how bad of a first impression you made with her, no matter how shy or nervous you are around girls you like, and no matter how many times you tried and failed to seduce some girl you desperately wanted. And it'll work even if you think you're too old or too hopeless of a situation to fix. So, why is seducing that cool, fun, sexy girl so hard? Even though some guys make it look so simple. Why does it feel like no matter how much you try to win her over, you're just spinning your wheels? Why does it seem like the girls that are girlfriend material are always slipping away or choosing other guys? I don't know about you, but whenever I really liked a girl, it felt like there was this invisible force field that was determined to keep us apart. Somehow, some way, I would mess things up before I was able to get her into bed or make her my girlfriend. For years, the minute I even started thinking a girl was girlfriend material, I'd start hearing the excuses. You're really nice, I just don't have those kind of feelings for you. I'm just not ready for a relationship with you. Or, I just have so much going on in my life, I don't really have time right now for anything serious. Now, as much as I wanted to believe her, I wasn't stupid, and I knew all the excuses were bullshit. And here's the really sad part. I practically lived in the gym. I went tanning regularly. I bought clothes I couldn't afford just to seem stylish, and I'm kind of ashamed to admit it now, but I stuck needles full of steroids into my ass because I thought big muscles would finally win her over. And yet girls I had a strong connection with, a similar sense of humor, lots in common, would reject me and go bang some scrawny waiter who was stringing her along and treating her like crap. It didn't seem fair. I was sitting there constantly scratching my head, wondering why the girls I liked never wanted to sleep with me or kept giving me the pathetic friend zone speech. Finally, like a lot of guys, I gave up. I decided that it wasn't worth the time or the effort to go after the girls I really wanted. And I'd focus on work and making money instead, and maybe one day if I was rich enough or somehow famous enough, she'd finally choose me. And yeah, I had to live with the feeling that there was something inherently wrong with me. Always feeling left out and ashamed when one of my friends would start dating some cool new girl, or I'd see some girl I had a crush on posting pictures on Facebook of her new boyfriend, and it would make me want to puke. But then, a few years ago, I stumbled onto a simple question that changed everything for me. It was the key to slipping into a girl's mind and unlocking a secret desire. A desire that was like an itch that only I could scratch. And led me to sleep with multiple girls that had already given me the friend zone speech. It had these girls put me up on a pedestal and chase me like I was some sort of rock star. And most importantly, for the first time in my life, I felt like I had the power and the upper hand with girls. This simple question was the seed that turned into the Scrambler. What was the question? Now, it may seem kind of silly, but here it is. You ever watch a cat play with a string? I'm serious. You can learn the essence of unlocking a woman's desire by watching a cat play with a piece of string. Let me explain. Well, when the string is dangling above its head, just out of reach, the cat goes crazy trying to get it. It leaps in the air, dancing around, and chases it all over the room. But as soon as you let go of the string and it drops right between the cat's paws, a weird thing happens. It just looks at it for a second, gets bored, and walks away. Well, girls are the same exact way. The easier you are to catch, the more bored and less interested she becomes. Simply because once a girl knows she has you, it's over. The minute she figures out she's the one holding the power, Her attraction for you plummets, her legs get locked shut, and you're more likely to win the lottery than to see her naked. And it happens fast, sometimes within 5 minutes of talking to you. This is why a girl will go from hot to cold, or from wanting to bang you to wanting to be your friend. This is why a girl that seemed totally into you will start ignoring your calls, is suddenly always too busy to hang out, or just flat out gets mean or unresponsive towards you. It's like she was disappointed the game was so easy, and she actually loses respect for you. You see, it goes against her nature. She wants to chase you. She wants the dancing string. Now, I've got some good news. Great news, in fact. Are you ready for it? Okay, here it is. It works both ways. When a guy gets on a girl's radar and is dangling close enough for her to play with, but just out of reach, it drives her crazy, and she's compelled to try to seduce him. Like the cat drawn to the dancing string, girls are drawn to the hard-to-catch guy, even if she wasn't attracted to him to begin with. This is because all girls have what I call a chase reflex, and when you tap this reflex, she goes into seducer mode and pulls out all the stops. She starts wearing sexier outfits, letting her dirty side slip out when she's around you. I even had a seemingly innocent girl I worked with pull me into the bathroom and make out with me in the middle of one of our shifts. This is because when a girl can't figure you out, she loses all control and will do just about anything to make you hers. You ever wonder why girls will chase some player or bad boy for years? It's because these guys continue to tap her chase me reflex, and because they're always just out of her reach, she'll continue to chase them long after she realizes they're just going to disappoint her. And right now, as you watch this video, I bet you've already got some girl obsessed with you just by triggering this natural instinct inside her. A lot of times we accidentally do it to girls we're not really interested in. For years, as guys, we've been told that we're the pursuers. We're supposed to chase the girl, that it's our job to win her over. I'm here to tell you that's dead wrong. The fact is, girls are hardwired to want what they can't have. And when you use a simple technique called the scrambler that I'm going to teach you in a minute, you trigger something called role reversal. And that girl who is slipping away, giving you the friend zone speech, or acting like you're not even alive, she'll suddenly have all the time in the world for you. She'll drive over to your house at 3 a.m. just so she can wake up naked in bed with you. She'll blow off her friends. She'll delete every other guy's number from her phone. She'll be down on her knees begging to be your girlfriend. And I don't have to tell you that this makes you look like the man to everyone in your social circle. When other girls in your life pick up on this, they get jealous as shit and become much more attracted to you. All of a sudden, girls that barely acknowledged you existed are hitting you up on Facebook or approaching you in bars. One thing you should know about girls is nothing makes a girl hornier than seeing that another girl's dying to date you. This is why the scrambler creates a snowball effect and can quickly turn your bedroom into a revolving door of women. So, if playing hard to get is all it takes to seduce cool, sexy girls, why aren't more guys banging the dream girl? Great question. Here's the answer. Back in 2010, I got together with a legendary pickup artist and dating coach, Rob Judge. Although we both had quickly developed amazing reputations for teaching shy or socially challenged guys how to flirt, how to create intense sexual attraction in a girl, and even how to quickly get a girl into bed, we were both extremely frustrated with the fact that so few guys were able to score that one girl they really wanted. In fact, what we found was there was an opposite correlation, in that the more feelings you have for a girl, the less likely you are to get her. This definitely should not be the case. You see, most guys understand they need to play the game, yet most guys fail miserably at it. When it comes to the girl they really want, most guys don't stand a chance. Rob and I want to figure out what they were doing that was driving girls so quickly away. Both of us have studied this long enough to know it's not looks, money, what kind of job you have, or car you drive that gets a girl obsessing over you. So why are some guys walking, talking, relationship repellents, while other guys seem to have a gravitational pull where the girls just seem to flow to them? And these guys are like the Bermuda Triangle. Once a girl enters his orbit, she'll be stuck chasing him for years. So we compared what these guys were doing. The guys who had an almost endless supply of girls stuck in their spider web, all fighting to be their girlfriend, to what the average guy was doing. The guy who continually slits his own wrists with the girls he's really attracted to. Now, you may not have heard of Rob or I, but together we have over 147,000 guys receiving our underground dating advice newsletters, and our articles and videos have been republished on thousands of different websites. Point blank, when we give advice, people listen. The reason we've developed such a massive following is because we're not afraid to call it like it is. So before I tell you some of the things we discovered that led to the Scrambler, I'm going to warn you that this is definitely not politically correct. And if you're a woman watching this, you may want to close this video now because you're not going to like what I'm about to reveal. Still here? Good. So, if there's a girl in your life right now that you got your eye on and would love to just have her horny and naked on your bed, let me share with you some of the big ideas we discovered that you can use to get her fixated on sleeping with you, make her fall in love with you, and turn her into your girlfriend or your bang buddy. I call these the 4 horsemen of the chase, and what you're going to find is they fly in the face of commonly held beliefs about what girls want and are probably the exact opposite of what you do. First, we discovered with girls, the more uncertain she was about where she stood with a guy, the more likely she is to bang him. As a guy, when we like a girl, we want to let her know. You have all these bottled up feelings for her, and you think if you only blurt them out to her, she'll immediately spread herself open for you. But we discovered that once a girl sees a guy as a sure thing, her attraction begins to plummet, and she starts scanning the room for a more challenging guy to lay. See, girls are actually turned on by uncertainty and mystery. She wants to spend time analyzing your behavior. She wants to have to read between the lines. In fact, the more time she spends Googling what does it mean when he, the more turned on she gets and the more obsessed she gets with sleeping with you. Second, we discovered that being the perfect guy is destructive and quickly murders her attraction. Weird, right? But see, as a guy, we like things calm and content. Our idea of a great relationship is we have everything in common, we never fight, we get along perfectly. But girls are an entirely different beast. Girls crave drama and emotional turbulence. Think about it like this. If a movie were 2 hours long of positive shit happening to the main character, you'd be throwing popcorn at the screen, you were so bored. And that's why nice guys lose the girls they really like. If you never disappoint or upset her, the movie becomes predictable and boring. Why do you think girls obsess over bad boys? The drama these guys provide is addicting as crack. She gets to feel like she's the star of her own personal soap opera. Now, in just a second, I'll show you a simple way to do this without changing your personality, without acting like an asshole, and without pretending to be someone you're not. So keep watching. Third, we stuck a dagger in the heart of the notion that girls want you to work to win her over. What we discovered was that the person who tries harder holds less power. And remember, when she's holding the power, it's impossible for her to sleep with you. See, you might think that showing a girl you're funny enough, charming enough, social enough will make her want to be your girlfriend or think I should bang this guy, but it's 10 times more effective to flip the switch and get her working to impress you. The minute she lets her sexy side out, tries to show you she's a cool girl, or catches herself worried about what you think about her, it's like you flipped her sexual switch and she no longer hides her naughty side. She stops playing hard to get. And before long, she's bent over your bed muttering things like, why don't you put it in my butt? Oh yeah, even that good girl you're imagining using it on, she'll fall for it the fastest. It's like her brain is subconsciously going, I must really like this guy. Even if she didn't like you initially, you can actually turn the tables. Finally, Rob and I discovered our core principle of anticipation. Noticing that it can be used as a vagina wetting weapon. See, what we found is that her desire for you peaks when she's away from you thinking about you. When she begins to desperately anticipate the next time she'll see or hear from you. See, as a guy, when we sense things are going good, we're afraid to pull back a bit. But if you retreat and leave her wanting more, she actually convinces herself that you're the only guy she wants to sleep with. Using our principle of anticipation, you can actually train a girl to get addicted to your phone calls, your dates, and yes, sleeping with you. Here's something really cool. You don't even have to already be dating a girl to use this stuff on her. In fact, I'm going to show you how within 5 minutes of meeting her, you can jump start the chase. I'll get to that in a second. Summing it up, what we found was that in order to rapidly and easily have a girl on your bed whispering how badly she wants you, you need to do just 4 things. 1. You got to get her analyzing your behavior and unleash an intense curiosity in her to try to figure you out. 2. You need to create an emotional roller coaster that holds her attention hostage. 3. You need to flip her approval-seeking switch and get her addicted to your validation. 4. You have to retreat long enough for her to develop a strong desire to see you or hear from you again. You want her waiting for your calls, pulling her phone out of her pocket every few minutes to see if she missed your text, craving a compliment from you like a glass of water in the desert. When Rob and I noticed what girls were responding to, we wanted to create something foolproof because, let's face it, it's easy to mess this up when you got a beautiful girl in front of you and your mind goes blank or you start listening to your emotions. Your emotions are like a wussbag virgin whispering in your ear. Text her again, maybe her phone is broke. She's different, you don't need to play the game with her. Yup, it's pretty easy to mess this up without a concrete game plan. Also, what we found was these 4 steps work like gangbusters for banging a female friend, getting an ex back, or turning some girl you have class with into a bang buddy. Which was cool, but we wanted more. Yeah, we got greedy. You will too when you learn this. I wanted something that worked fast, so that I can use it to seduce my hairdresser, my bank teller, hot, flexible yoga instructors. Over the next few months, we discovered more and more seduction weapons that would tap a girl's chase me reflex and immediately ignite her desire. We noticed that within a few minutes of talking to a girl, you can actually snatch all the power right out of her hands. And once you're holding the power, man, does she want to bang you. Even if she's dating someone else or has already placed you in the friend zone. Case after case, the more girls we tested this stuff on, the more we realized how powerful it was. What we discovered was that there was a certain sequence you can use these weapons in that make them almost foolproof. Here's why. What's the first sign you're falling in love with someone? Come on, we've all been there. What's the first sign? I'll tell you, it's when you can't stop thinking about the other person. And here's the ultimate secret of the scrambler. You get her to chase your attention, you get her to crave your validation, you make her work for it, and the more she works for it, the more time she spends obsessing over you. Listen closely to what I'm about to say. If you can get a girl thinking about you when you're not around, it's like having a remote control to her emotions, and you can make her fall in love with you. And once she's in love with you, banging her is like stealing candy from a baby. We nicknamed the sequence the Scrambler because it basically scrambles a girl's brain until she's completely infatuated with you. Here's what else you'll love. It allows you to put the game on autopilot. No more worrying about if you're showing too much interest, if you're not being persistent enough, if she's slipping away or just playing hard to get. And you'll never have to worry if you're texting too much, too little, if you should compliment her, when to reveal your feelings. Just sit back and let the Scrambler do the work. Without a doubt, we decided this was too powerful not to share. I'm going to tell you exactly how to get the Scrambler for yourself in just a second. If a girl disappears on you, or you always felt like the kid who gets picked last in gym class when it comes to girls, it wasn't because your man boobs, your prematurely balding head, your age, your shitty job. I believed that shit for years, and those are the things I blamed every time I messed things up with some girl I should have been sleeping with. The reason a girl rejects you, loses interest, or acts like you're not even alive is because every move you made was unconsciously handing her the power and revealing your hand too soon. And that turns her off faster than you can say friend zone. Luckily, there's a loophole, and the best part is it's all completely under her radar. Yeah, it's a little sneaky, yeah, it's a little controversial, and yeah, it's really freaking effective, especially on good girls. You can think of it as Operation Mind Control because you're going to have a toolbox of specific phrases, stories, cryptic text messages, certain gestures and facial expressions, a set of chess moves, pulling her towards you, then pushing her away, and slipping seemingly innocent comments into ordinary conversations and curveballs. You'll use these to erase her mental chalkboard. This way, even if you've already messed up or made a bad impression, she'll instantly forget she's ever rejected you or muttered, "Let's just be friends." And once you have the upper hand, her rational side goes out the window, and she starts acting completely on impulse. Have you seen a girl without impulse control? Let's slow down for a second, because I want you to completely visualize it. Now, I bet you already know the first girl you're going to use this on. Good. Get a nice picture of her pushing you against the wall, unbuckling your pants, sliding her panties around her ankles, propping herself up on the kitchen counter, looking at you with that "I've been waiting forever to do you" look, pulling you into her, and not stopping till both your sweaty bodies explode together. That's what it looks like when you strip away her impulse control. And guess what? That's the power the Scrambler has over hot, unsuspecting girls. Now, if you're like a lot of guys hearing this for the first time, this can make your head swim a little bit and leave you with a lot of questions. Since I started teaching this and giving private talks, I've heard them all. How much interest should I show? When do I stop playing hard to get? How often should I text her? How will I know when it's working? Here's a clue it's working. One of the things the Scrambler is designed to do is to get her to imagine a future with you. So you'll notice she starts suggesting the dates two of you can go on, or she'll even try to plan a vacation with you. It's a pretty cool moment when you're getting on that plane with her, heading off to some tropical paradise, just you and her, and you smile to yourself on how it all started. Yep, the more guys I taught this to, the more questions I got. What's the best way to make my move? What kind of mixed signal should I send? What's the exact sequence of the Scrambler? What do I actually say to her? I get it. Those are very good questions, and I have specific answers to all of them. My name is Bobby Rio, and for the past year, my friend Rob and I have been secretly teaching the Scrambler in closed-door boot camps across the country. And the results that we've seen will blow your mind. Hundreds of guys are already using the Scrambler to sleep with their coworkers, classmates, bartenders, and hot young college girls that wouldn't normally give them the time of day. Guys who'd spent their entire lives in the friend zone prison now have multiple girls stopping by their place at 2 a.m. looking to bang them. We've tested, refined, and perfected the entire sequence and answered every single question about the Scrambler and created a complete system called Unlock Her Legs. How to use the Scrambler to nail that hard-to-get girl. Unlock Her Legs gives you the same exact value as having me and Rob there with you, coaching you on your every move. And if you're worried this is some program that'll trick a girl into sleeping with you and you want more than that, you want a girlfriend, let me explain. What this program hands you is the power. And once you have that, you call the shots. You can make her your girlfriend. Hell, you can marry her. I'm about to. Or you might decide you just want her as a bang buddy. Or you can get greedy like a lot of guys do and build up a whole rotation of young, hot girls they can hang out with on demand. Point is, you get to choose where you want the relationship to go. Think of this as a seduction roadmap that shows you exactly what the Scrambler is and how to use it to seduce even the most hard-to-get girl. And it's the only formula that'll completely reverse a girl's opinion of you so you take total control of the relationship. If you're shy or just feel nervous around girls, you'll especially like this because you just plant the idea in her mind and she gets so horny she'll make the first move. So you never have to worry about what to say next, does she like you, should you go for the kiss? And because you don't even have to see her in person to get the process started, you can use Facebook, online dating, even text messaging to plant the idea in her mind. And soon she'll be in her car driving over to your place, which makes this perfect for nailing your great white buffalo. And best of all, we made this cookie cutter simple to follow. Jab, 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 right hook, retreat. For instance, you learn the exact moment you must pull away from a girl if you want to shift gears and get her chasing you. Do you know there's a simple question you can ask a girl that instantly tells you if she's ready to sleep with you? So you never have to risk rejection or embarrassment? Did you know that most girls expect you to play the game? This is why the 2-day rule or waiting 20 minutes to text her back is a joke. She's sitting there going, oh God, another guy waiting 2 days to text me. One thing you must know about girls, when she expects you to zig, it's time to zag. Now, a lot of guys think nice guys finish last, and that's only partially true. See, women actually want you to be nice. The reason nice guys scare girls away is because they're too nice too soon. It's much better to start off edgy and make her earn your niceness. Being edgy just means starting off with a neutral attitude towards her, and then you make her jump through a bunch of hoops. I bet you already know that girls are hardwired to want what they can't have. What you probably didn't know is that if you start playing hard to get before you fully capture her attention, she'll just think you're disinterested, gay, or too shy to make a move. This is why it's crucial you follow the exact sequence laid out in the Scrambler. Rob and I will teach you how to create the emotional roller coaster. How to use emotions like suspense, confusion, anticipation, surprise, and jealousy to create an addiction to being with you. She'll literally get withdrawal symptoms if she's not lying naked in bed with you. Now, there's a point in every relationship where the girl will start playing hard to get, and most guys crumble into needy little girls the moment this happens. You just fail the test and poof, she's gone for good. We'll teach you something called playful persistence that allows you to keep contacting her without seeming desperate or try hard and actually increases her attraction towards you. If you're into trial and error and are willing to mess things up with a girl you could easily bang because you're too impatient to learn this, close the video now and give it a shot. It might not be pretty. Or you can do what most guys do and learn the entire sequence of the Scrambler, along with the seduction weapons you'll be using during each of the steps. Weapons designed to hold her attention hostage, to get her addicted to being with you. Weapons that'll have her falling in love with you. Each of these weapons work at conquering a different area of her brain until you're the only guy she thinks about. You're the only guy she talks about with her friends. You're the only guy she wants to bang. At that point, you may as well tattoo your name on her ass because it's yours. Each of the weapons come with simple step-by-step instructions to make sure you use them in the exact sequence so that the scrambler becomes bulletproof. This isn't about spouting out lies or telling made-up stories to make you seem cool, and this isn't about bullying girls or acting like some meathead on a roid rage, and it's definitely not about pumping you up with feel-good fluff like just be yourself. This is brand new, and I'm revealing it publicly right now for the first time. I've hoarded this information for years, and it's one of the few things I've refused to teach in the past. Unless you are one of our private coaching clients paying thousands of dollars for one-on-one coaching, point blank, you've never heard anything like this. Unlock Her Legs is only for a specific type of guy. If you've already got a cool, hot, sexy girlfriend you're crazy in love with, or maybe you're secretly into dudes, if that's the case, close the video. This program is for the guy who's tired of hot young women choosing other guys over you. If you're tired of feeling needy and powerless. If you feel clueless around girls you're attracted to and don't know how to act or what to say. If you can't keep a girl interested long enough to make her your girlfriend or get her into bed. If you've never had the pleasure of waking up in bed naked next to a girl you're completely crazy in love with, then I want to show you a simple formula to follow. And this formula doesn't require a boatload of confidence, looks, money, and doesn't require you to be a smooth talker. What the scrambler does is plant tiny seeds in her mind that keep her thinking about you when you're not around. It stirs jealousy in her mind till she begins to want you all to herself. It isolates her thinking so that other guys can't penetrate her thoughts. You'll have her sexually fantasizing about you. She won't know where these thoughts are coming from, but she'll be powerless to stop them. So by the time you make your move, she'll be sexually starved for you. And here's the best part. This isn't complicated. In fact, follow the simple instructions and it's like stealing candy from a baby. Let me tell you a fraction of what's in the Unlock Her Legs system. The Scrambler playbook for flipping her approval-seeking switch that gets her trying to get in your pants. This works even if she wasn't attracted to you in the first place. How to transform yourself into a puzzle that she's obsessed with solving. And from there, you'll learn how to master the slow fuse seduction and continually turn her on until she's foaming at the mouth to have you inside her. Discover the #1 secret to getting a female friend to make the first move. Exactly how to handle the crucial make or break first 5 minutes of meeting up with her. This is when she decides if she's going to sleep with you or turn her cheek and give you the let's just be friends speech. You'll learn 3 simple power plays that position you as the prize. And make sure the date ends with her back at your place. Here's an email I just got from a 43-year-old divorcee I taught it to. When I first got back into the dating world after my divorce, I was clueless. And women instantly recognized this. I kept hearing, let's just be friends. I was making all the classic mistakes. Neediness, trying too hard, being too easy to figure out. After using what I learned from you, I have women some 20 years younger than me all wanting to date me. Then you're going to learn our mind control messaging sequence that snatches away her power and has her begging to see you. How to deal with a girl who's not responding to your texts. How to use innocent text to plant sexual thoughts in her mind. How to use text as bait to reel back in the girl who got away. Here's a Facebook message Alex sent us after using this. Dude, your texting advice led me to a hookup in the university lecture hall. I owe this one to you, Bobby. I miss college. And if you're in college now, you're going to be able to spot a girl on campus, run the scrambler on her, and next thing you know, you're up in their dorm room and she's climbing on top of you, shoving a condom in your hand, saying things like, I never usually do this with a guy so fast. Then you're going to learn the 12 psychological weapons that force a girl to obsess about you when you're not around. How to use sexual suggestion to plant the idea of sex in her mind long before you go for the kiss. This way, she makes it super easy for you. The 8 things average guys do that turn women ice cold. I can almost guarantee you're doing at least 3 of them right now. You'll learn how to pinpoint her power tests and exactly how to respond them to instantly pique her curiosity and get her trying to impress you. It gets fun spotting these tests because now, instead of getting frustrated or annoyed by her flaky or rude behavior, you'll look forward to them as another chance to amplify her attraction towards you. The Scrambler maps out the complete rules of engagement to avoid appearing needy, try hard, or mistakenly handing her the upper hand. Now, one of the traps a lot of guys fall into is they get stuck in nice guy mode, where you're nodding your head and validating every word out of her mouth. We'll teach you something called the R-rated switch to quickly move the conversation towards sexual territory and eliminate any possible friend zone objections that might come up later. Then you'll learn sexual snowballing. This is a sequence of subtly sexual questions that plant seeds in her mind and have her at home fantasizing about you later that night. But this is just the beginning. We're also going to teach you how to skyrocket the sexual tension a girl feels when she's around you. Our Bonnie and Clyde technique. I recommend using this one with caution because girls get very clingy. We'll show you how to get her to admit things to you that bond the two of you so close together she'll start missing you the second you leave her side. Then you'll learn the only way you should be asking a girl out on a date. There's absolutely no risk of rejection when you use this technique. How to train her to fight for your approval. How to create a power dynamic where she's constantly trying to impress you. How to turn sex with you into her ultimate reward that she's striving for. How to position yourself in the starring role of the romantic comedy constantly running through her mind. How to create that soulmate moment. How to create obstacles she has to overcome to get to you. We'll teach you the triangle of temptation. This is a conversation technique that targets 3 specific emotions that cause women to fall in love. Use our lust system to unlock such a strong sexual desire that she'll be stopping by your place late at night, making excuses to call you, displaying obvious jealousy when you even mention another girl's name, and it'll have her putting every ounce of effort into making sex with you as explosively pleasurable and downright dirty, kinky, and memorable as possible. And most importantly, the Scrambler will teach you the art of sending mixed signals. Think about how crazy it drives you when a girl acts hot and cold towards you. Well, it's 10 times more powerful when you do it to her. And remember, when a girl can't figure you out, she can't stop thinking about you. And that's the secret to making a girl fall head over heels in love with you. Unlock Her Legs isn't about fluff or regurgitating things you already know. The program breaks down the entire formula of the Scrambler and gives you every weapon you need to pull it off and score that hard-to-get girl. It's not complicated or hard, and gives you step-by-step instructions from hello all the way to how you should act after you've slept with her. Now, I'm going to get to the price in a second. First, here's what Brendan had to say. I must say, after the first 2 days of learning this, I went out, met a 37-year-old chick, took her home, and banged her till 8 a.m. Your stuff really does work, man. Here's what you can expect when you use the material in this program. Girls will be reacting to you completely differently. She'll be the one eager to hang out, eager to bang you, and asking you things like, so am I your girlfriend? You'll be calling the shots, and she'll be working to keep you interested. And I can tell you, it's much more fun when you're in the driver's seat. So, how much for Unlock Her Legs? Which lays out the entire Scrambler formula. Gives you the complete lust system for turning her interest into intense sexual desire. And exactly what to do and say to close the deal and get her back to your bedroom. Let me ask you something. How much is it worth to you to have that girl you're crazy attracted to lying naked in bed with you, waking up and spending the morning having sex with her? To have a girl who's slipping away do a complete 180 and suddenly be starved for your affection? To get out of the friend zone and finally give a big fat told you so to all your friends who said you'd never get her? To know that you have the power and choice to seduce hot, young, beautiful women anytime on demand? And what if following a simple formula took you from being average or below average with girls, turned you into one of those guys everyone hates because you're banging all the girls they want? Hundreds of guys have already used the Scrambler to experience a dramatic and almost immediate change in the way girls respond to them, chase them, and beg them for sex. And because I want you to experience these results when you put this Scrambler to use, I'm going to let you have the full program at a price you're not going to believe. What do you think a fair price would be? $4.95 would be more than fair considering all the bonus products I'm about to give you. But you're not going to pay $4.95. You won't pay $2.95 either. You won't even pay $1.49. By ordering today only, through this video, you get the entire Unlock Her Legs complete seduction system plus some kick-ass additional bonus products I'm about to show you for only $79, fully guaranteed for 60 days. And this is a one-time payment for lifetime access. Try it, see how well it works for you, and for any reason you don't fall in love with the Unlock system, simply ask us for a refund and we'll give it to you, every penny without questions or hassles, and you can keep all the bonus books just for giving it a shot. Let me tell you about our fast-acting bonuses. These special bonuses are only available to the first 500 guys who join us in the members area. First, you're going to get invisible escalation. This video explains how to create sexual tension so thick you can cut with a knife with any girl you meet by tapping into a little-known secret about sexual electricity that very few men know. Then you're going to get she's sending you signals, and you're going to discover every hidden signal she's sending to the point you can actually read her mind and know exactly what she's thinking. This report shows you how to decode even the most hard-to-read girls. Never miss an opportunity to make your move. Never feel confused or frustrated because you can't read her signs. Then you're going to get the boyfriend destroyer sequence. So if the girl you like is already dating someone else and you know she likes you but she's scared to leave her boyfriend, this sequence gives her the permission she needs to finally rush into your arms. Then you're going to get the magnetic effect pattern. This is a specific text messaging sequence you can use to get out of the friend zone. You'll also get our erogenous zone report. This special report will teach you everything you need to know to ensure you're the best she's ever had in bed, and she'll crave you inside her and wouldn't even dream about banging another guy. Then you're going to get the Dirty Dozen, 12 conversation topics you can use to insert in your conversations to create a love loop in her mind and have her go home later thinking, wow, I'm falling in love with him. You'll learn all 12 topics and how to effortlessly slip them into conversation. Plus, if you order now, I'll give you lifetime access to the unlocked members-only private community, which is a $200 value absolutely free. If you want to join the select group of members that are getting all their questions answered right now, you can log in instantly by clicking the orange Click to Order Now button below this video. Once you click the orange Click to Order Now button below, you'll be taken instantly to a secure checkout page, and you'll be confident that all your data is private and guaranteed secure. Everything is completely private, and the charge shows up as ClickBank on your statement. We're so confident it'll work for you that we're going to take all the risk off your shoulder and let you see everything risk-free. We know how amazing it's going to feel for you when you notice the pendulum of power swing noticeably to your side. The change in her is actually palpable. You can just about seeing her become attached to you, developing feelings, looking at you with that anticipation. I call it the doggy dinner bowl look. Her head sort of tilted, her trance-like eyes glued on you, begging to be kissed. When she's drawn towards you like a magnet, you won't part with this material for any price. But you really do have to act now. We're selling this program with all the bonuses now for a special price, but this offer won't be available for long. Here's what Pedro had to say. I conquered my dream girl. She's amazing, cute, hot, and loves sex and left another relationship to be with me. Here's what John had to say. I just wanted to say that I feel now that my game is reaching another level, which is amazing. Here's what Victor had to say. I got laid yesterday, first time in well over 5 or 6 years, and you guys helped me achieve this. Here's what Alex had to say. I infiltrated the circle and just started having a great time, and eventually after teasing and flirting, just started furiously making out with the chick, and I actually had sex with her in her hotel room later. Now, I don't want to pressure you, but you got a choice to make. Choice 1 is to keep doing what you're doing now, and more than likely the girls you really like will keep slipping away, and sadly by next week, she could be gone into the arms of some other guy, sleeping with him, giving herself over to him. You'll continue to put time and effort into meeting a girl and getting to know her, only to watch her slip through your fingers before you can turn it into anything meaningful. If you keep making the same mistakes, her attraction towards you is going to continue to plummet. If you watch this far in a video, it means you want this and you know it could work for you. Do you really want to put it off any longer? If you're thinking I'll come back to this video later or tomorrow, we both know you won't, and even if you do, chances are this deal won't be here. Choice 2, of course you could choose to try to do it yourself, but you ever hear the saying, why reinvent the wheel? If you go out tonight and meet your dream girl, would you really want to risk it trying it your way? Wouldn't you rather know you got a tested, proven formula for making her fall in love with you, get her desperate to sleep with you? Right now, there are girls in your life who are still undecided about you. Every wrong move you make, and more of the attraction she felt towards you is disappearing. And before you know it, any chance you had with her will be long gone. If you do this wrong and bore her, creep her out, or seem needy or unattractive, you'll rarely get a second chance. If you do, you'll have to waste time and money, and you'll have to come back here anyway, and when you do, this deal won't be available anymore. Choice 3 is risk nothing at all and unlock her legs and get her chasing you tonight. Get her to your place, get her clothes off, and finally experience the ultimate satisfaction of seducing that hard-to-get girl. It really is that simple. Thousands have already done this before you. Here's what Ferdinand had to say. I actually can't believe how much it already changed. Literally, I changed from having no date in years to going out with a different girl every evening this week, within 1 week of learning advice from you. Within minutes, you can be flipping through the Scrambler playbook, throwing her your first curveball, and sitting back knowing the seed has been planted to get her absolutely infatuated with you. All you have to do to get started is click the Add to Cart button below. You'll get instant access to everything, and you can begin using the Scrambler tonight. You really have nothing to lose. Remember, all the risk is on our shoulders. If Unlock Her Legs doesn't deliver what we promised, you'll get all your money back, no questions asked. Can you imagine a life filled with beautiful girls eager for your attention, and what your life's going to be like when you don't have this problem anymore? So go ahead and take action right now. Click the orange button below that says click here to order and take the first step towards living the lifestyle you know you're capable of living. Reflex is still going to be to chase you. So click the Add to Cart button below and get started now.